Hello YouTubers. I know I'm going to take some flack for this video, but we never steered away from controversy. This video explains why war with China is the most progressive policy. More generally, you'll see why non-interventionism is not a progressive policy. First, let's define what a progressive is. When you ask someone that identifies as progressive what exactly that means, you'll get a range of responses. Most commonly, progressives will say that, as the name implies, they're in favor of progress. That's all fine and dandy, but let me ask, who's opposed to progress? However, progress requires change that results in a better outcome than the current condition, doesn't it? And sometimes change doesn't result in a positive outcome, which is regressive. So just because a political party advocates for lots of changes doesn't make them progressive. What matters is whether or not those changes are good. That is, does progress occur? Personally, I don't like the definition that's commonly given to describe progressives. It's far too vague. A better way to describe progressivism is in the phrase, do as much as possible, which contrasts against the more clearly defined conservative ideology of do as little as possible, called laissez-faire. However, using either definition, it could be argued that war with China is progressive, if not the most progressive policy imaginable. Using the first definition, there's a very strong case that war with China will result in a positive outcome, that progress will occur. For one, we will secure the liberty of over 1 billion Chinese, near a quarter of the Earth's population. I'd say that's a pretty good outcome. While securing liberty is often an argument that's used to justify war, in many cases, those who make such arguments have no intention of actually doing so. Don't conflate the issue of lying to the American people with the issue of can we actually secure the liberty of citizens in other nations, to which I most resoundingly say that we can. After all, if we can't use our power for good, then what's the point of being the world superpower? And what greater good could there be than to secure the liberty of people who elsewise wouldn't have it? From my eyes, there is no greater good than to secure the liberty for others to live their own life and the liberty to accept or reject God. Don't let anyone deceive you of this one simple fact. We can do good if we simply try to do good. Moreover, there are economic benefits included in a war with China. Keep in mind that a war with China isn't only a war with China, but also a war with the corporations that have invested in China rather than America. What better way to bring jobs back to America than a war with China? Wouldn't a war with China help to ensure the dollar's status as the reserve currency of the world, thus protecting our American lifestyle? So, war with China would be a big change that results in a situation that's far better than the current situation. In other words, it's progressive. Another, and perhaps easier way to understand how war with China is progressive is by the second definition, namely that being progressive is the opposite of laissez-faire, meaning that the government should do as much as possible. Well, war with China is exactly that, doing as much as possible to ensure liberty and prosperity. It's why imperialism originated from the progressive movement. It's why the first progressive president, who even formed the Progressive Party, was also an imperialist. He believed that the government should do as much as possible to ensure liberty and prosperity. I share similar views. May I also submit that we are the world's superpower, and it's high time that we act like it. That's all the time I have for now. If you like this video, please show your support by subscribing. Thanks for your time.